Hey guys, Coach Kirsten here, and I wanted to talk to you today about mobility. So mobility is moving your joints on a regular basis so that they can stay lubricated and mobile. So these are exercises that you can do every single day to help increase your mobility, flexibility, and reduce chance of injury, soreness, or any sort of restrictions that might limit the activities that you love to do. So I'm going to kind of go everything from head to toe today. And these are things, like I said, you could do every single day. So feel free to follow along, or you can write these down, take them with you. But I always like to start with some sort of warm up. So something that gets my muscles a little bit looser. If I do have any past issues, like I do have a shoulder neck thing right now. So I want to make sure that's nice and warmed up so I can really get it moving. Also lower back, a lot of people wake up with lower back stuff or just have some lower back issues. So doing some cardio, taking a walk. I actually just finished a run, so my body is nice and warmed up, and this is a perfect time for me to do my mobility. So I always like to start with the spine. And I get my feet hip width apart, and I just start twisting. So it's a little bit of a twist, and start with a little more control and a little smaller movement. And if that feels good on your spine, then I want you to open it up, more range of motion and more momentum instead of control. So when your muscles want to keep everything tight and safe and secure and what they're used to. So sometimes you need to create a little momentum and a little bit more range of motion than you would normally have to get those joints opening enough to get some new, fresh fluid in there to keep them lubricated. So a little bit of momentum is good. So I always start small. So we'll start with spinal twists. And I always start kind of with my lower spine. So a little more like in the hip area, my lumbar spine. And then I'll move my arms a little bit so it's more up in my thoracic spine in the middle. And then if it feels comfortable for you, like some people get dizzy doing this, but if it feels comfortable, look behind you. And that kind of starts to open up your neck, your cervical spine a little bit. And like I said, the more momentum you can put into this, the more it's gonna open things up. So after I do my spine, I come up to my upper body and I start with my just front and back movements. So you're opening the shoulder blades, opening the chest. This is really good for posture as well. So I do back and forth with the arms, and then I do down and up with the arms. And again, start smaller and slower. And then if it feels okay with what your body feels like today, then you can do a little more swinging and momentum. And then I carry the shoulder, continue with the shoulders by full arm circles forward and backwards with each arm. So that's a good way to really open up that shoulder joint, forward and backwards with each arm. You can also do some elbow, just swinging in case if you have some elbow issues or any sort of elbow stuff. And then you can finish with those wrists both ways, elbows swinging both ways, and wrists swinging both ways. After I do the upper body, I do like to do some neck stuff. So I start with just some static stretches because my neck is an issue of contention for me. And I'll do both sides of that. I'll also do this chin toward my armpit. So if you've just done a workout, you can test to see how hard your workout was by how strong your armpit smells. And then on the other side as well. And then after I do some static stretching, I will do some mobility. So just rolling up and around, full range of motion, because that's what we want. We want to have full range of motion. And then same thing, other direction. And how much time you spend on each area of your body depends on you, where you need it more. I would typically spend more on my shoulders and neck when I'm after a workout like this. But before, like if I'm doing a race, like I did a 5K this morning, I did more hip stuff to prepare me for the 5K. So moving down to the hips, we have forward and back hip swings. So These are good holding on to something. Unless you're really good at balance and you can get full momentum without having to think about balancing. And then the other one is the side. So side hip swings. And again, starting small, but then you want to use momentum and swing that leg fast and try to open up this giant hip joint. So same thing on the other side. And again, holding on to something. I typically do hold on to something. I'm just not near anything right now because I do a lot of balance outside of this. So this is just focused on mobility for me. So hip swings forward and side. And then we're going to bring that knee up and around. So knee up and around. So we're going to start opening the rotation of the hip joint and then opposite direction. So if you have 5 minutes to get this done every day, maybe spend, a minute on each area. If you have 10 minutes, 2 minutes on each of the areas. If you just do it throughout the day, great. I mean, any mobility exercises that you could do are going to help your body. And then I always finish back with spinal twists, because a lot of the stuff we're doing, it's taxing on the lower back. So I'm going to finish up by twisting out my spine. And I like to finish also with a deep breath in and hands behind looking up. This helps my neck, my shoulders, and my chest open for great posture. And grow an inch. And we are done with mobility for the day. So let me know if you have any questions about this. And again, this is something you can do and should be doing every single day for longevity, for mobility, for energy flow, for just feeling great. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know how you did with this. And I will see you next time. All right, bye.